What's up, guys? Back in X-Plane 11. By request, doing a Zibo video. Gonna treat this kind of like a tutorial. We are flying in Alaska 737. We are in Alaska, and we're flying to another place in Alaska. Doing the Juneau RNAV 08 approach, which is pretty cool. If you haven't seen it, the approach is 15 degrees offset from runway heading. So right before you get to the runway, we'll make a right turn to line up. It's pretty fun, kind of challenging. Also depending on what conditions are, we'll see how it goes. Haven't done anything. Chocks are placed and we have the GPU connected, so we'll get in the cockpit. Come up here to our aviation flashlight so we can see around the cockpit. Come to the overhead panel. Here there is a battery switch. Just close the guard. Establishes battery power. Click ground power on.
Glacier 651, target A number 2, runway 30, Super King Air short final, wind 290 at 6, altimeter 2984.
2984, number 2, Glacier 651.
That'll work. Ground power is connected. You can see here, select ground power and it will show us we are generating electricity. Close this aviation, turn off the aviation flashlight, jeez. Close the guard on the emergency lights to arm them. Get the fasten seatbelt lights on auto. Turn on the aft fuel pump. This will use for the
Glacier 651, wind 290 at 6,
hydraulic pressure on. Make sure all these switches are on.
Glacier
If
651.
you hear that noise, that means the hydraulic system's working. This is when your first officer would be walking around the airplane to make sure there's no leaks or anything, which is why we want the hydraulics on. Logo lights can come on. Down for our steady position lights. See the wingtip lights are position lights, and now our tail is illuminated. Screenshot.
Encore 3222, reduce the final approach speed.
Coming back up, going further up top, we're going to turn the dome lights on.
2 will start coming back. Encore 3.
And we will flip the GPS system over to nav. So say on DC, and now it'll switch over to align. That means the GPS systems are aligning. Flip this to status, and it will show you how much time you have left before the GPS is aligned. But to complete the alignment, we need to go to our FMC. Click FMC, go to position init, position initialization. Our reference airport is Anchorage, so kilo, what is it? Oh, sorry, no. We're in Alaska. Kilo is for the continental United States.
Tower West at
So we are actually in Papa,
Push 135, tower line up runway 30.
November, Charlie.
130, we are ready. West 135.
So here it has the GPS coordinates to the airport. Click to copy that into our scratch pad down here, then click next to set IRS position, and the IRS will align on that position there. Let's see.
Push 135,
Zulu time,
airborne
the date
contact
is
departure on
January
1335, wind
local time is
3005.
7:38 a.m.
So take off 303365 in the air, West
Zulu for
135
now. And let's start with our checklist here. Battery's on, ground power is connected.
Encore 3222,
Hydraulic pumps are on, landing gear lights.
Clear to land runway 30.
We got 3
Final
here,
clear to land 30, Encore
3 limited, and there's 3 way up there. Iris mode is aligning lights tests.
Tower 413 will be ready to go.
Get all the lights come on in the cockpit.
Pressure 413, tower, good morning. The airborne contact departure 13365, wind 3104, clear to take off runway.
Oxygen landing altitude is going to be
Clear to
basically
take off
sea level.
3365, airborne, West 413.
Set the oxygen panel. You put your landing altitude in there, and our cruise altitude is going to be 350, so 35,000 feet.
Encore 3222, exit Alpha 4 is approved, contact ground 1217 off of runway 30.
Ooh. There we go. And make sure this switch is set to auto. I will auto pressurize if you have your aircon set up correctly. So turn your trim air on. This won't come on until you have APU power or the engines are on and generating. Set your cabin heat, recirc fans on auto, packs and isolation valve to auto. And since we're going to have the APU on first,
Tower morning,
not the
call,
engine,
flight copy,
turn on the
Yankee
APU
20.
lead and turn off the
Flight
packs.
copy, Yankee Tower. Good morning, line up runway 20 and wait short delay for turbulence from the departed
That will help build pressure
Run up 20
to
wait.
allow the engine to start. And since we have hydraulic pressure, we can turn our yaw damper on now, so we do not forget. Turn on some
Flight copy,
panel
Yankee Tower, airborne
lights.
contact departure 13365, clear for
So we'll
takeoff, runway
probably still
20.
be dark when we take off.
3365 near altitude off 20, flight copy.
Oxygen set, yaw dampers on, nav and transfer display switches. So let's get our initial
Tower
flight
United
stop going. Close the
576,
door.
ready for departure at 20.
We'll do our
576 Tower, airborne
start
contact departure
loading and
13365, clear for takeoff, runway 20.
come down to our fuel and weight balance.
Departure airborne,
First, we need to
clear
figure out
for
what the
takeoff,
zero
20,
fuel weight is. So
576.
to help me do that, I'm going to put in 0 for payload. So now I can see zero fuel weight is 91.3 thousand pounds. And what I want to do is add payload to make that match the zero fuel weight that's going to be on our flight plan that I've got here. So our zero fuel weight for this trip is going to be 132,084 pounds. So we'll just subtract 91,300. We get 40,784.
Tower Delta 2247 holding short, ready at 20.
Delta 2247 Tower, airborne contact departure
Zero fuel weight
13365,
132.1
clear for
is
takeoff,
good enough.
runway 20.
Block fuel for the flight.
Departure airborne, Delta
It's going to
2247.
be 16,200 pounds, 16.2. So we're set there. When we're ready, we'll stop cleaning and then we'll start the leg. So back down to the FMC. This is probably the most important part of pre-flight. Quick routes.
Gas 517 Tower, good day, wind 3206, Delta 789
See the top, we've got origin and destination. So origin is already in the scratch pad. We put it in. So Anchorage, and we're going to Juneau, which is Papa Alpha Juliet November. Right. Flight number, all the company route you can use if you want to save this flight plan. If you put that in and hit enter, then it saves it into your game. So if you want to call it up again, you can type in the company route that you've saved that. For example, just, you know, Alaska and ALA PAGN, and that would come up for you. Flight number don't need. So the next thing I'll do is put in your waypoints. We've only got one, just super easy, which is A sort. Alpha Sierra Oscar Romeo Tango. Click that directly into the 2 side. If you've got an airway, you would put that on this side and then type in your waypoint on the right side. I'm not going to activate that yet. Go back to the route page, or sorry, departures and arrivals. I wasn't going to do a departure, but I think I'm going to, looking at the terrain around here, and since it's dark, you can't see. I'm going to do the Anchorage 8.
Right, hotel, ground point 9, good day.
No transition, and to figure out what runway we're going to use, we're going to switch it over to our ATIS frequency and see what the weather is doing here. Anchorage. Anchorage ATIS 135.5. So this is your main VHF radio. Tune in 135.5. And then switch to active.
Ted Stevens Anchorage INTL information Bravo. 1600 Zulu weather. Wind light and variable, visibility more than 10. Sky conditions 15,000 scattered, 20,000 broken, temperature 0, dew point -6. Altimeter 3031. Arriving runways 07 right, 07 left, departing runways 07 right, 07 left. Advise on initial contact you have Bravo.
So that's information Bravo. Get that offset
Sure,
stops.
that's approved.
I'll put in the
3018 and your
ground
medevac.
clearance delivery, so Anchorage CLD 119.4. And we'll get ground on standby, 121.9.
Clearance, Sun Country 8611, parked in signature, looking for a clearance to
So
Detroit
departure
with X-ray.
runways are going to be 07 right or 07 left. Looking at a map, looks like 07 left is going to be closest to us, and it's 10,000 feet, 10,600 feet, so we'll do that one.
Alright, clear to Detroit via the Pageant 2, Smith
So let's
transition.
select 07 left
10,000, expect
runway.
390, 10 minutes after departure, squawk 2241, Sun Country 8611. Sun Country 8611, respectful.
Then back to departures and arrivals. So on this side we have arrivals, so since we're arriving in Juneau, we'll click next to Juneau. And we're doing the RNAV 08. Any one of these will work. RNAV 08T or
good morning. We're trying to get clearance to Houston.
the first one, and I want to select glide slope on via A-sort transition. Activate, execute.
Flight level 340 in 10 minutes, squawk 5724.
Alright, we're going to Houston via the Pound Fund site, transition, Dennis Falk, climbing up to 10,000, expecting 34010 minutes after departure, squawking 5724. How about
5724.
runway expectation?
Now to check my
I'm not sure what you said the
flight
first
plan.
time. I thought you said Pound 1, but
look at the
it's Pound
MCP
2.
on this side. You
Oh,
can see
Pound 2
approach,
departure.
VOR, map, or plan. Switch all the way to plan. Come back down to your FMC. Select your legs.
Trying to pick out a
Quick
runway.
step to move through the flight plan. So we'll go 07 departure, turn
Thank you, 27 right.
south.
And which ramp are you?
We are Tango 1516.
We'll do vectors to A-sort, which is fine. And at Barlow, we need to be at 2,800 feet. That's where we will intercept the RNAV. But I'll probably fly it by hand. Is that 2,800 or 3,800? 3,500. It's hard to read. You can see the offset there, so we'll fly it 15 degrees offset and then turn right.
Clarence American 1842 with Tango going to Charlotte.
The main thing that you're looking for here are discontinuities,
1842.
because that will keep the
Yes, sir.
flight management computer from
Yeah,
activating
our
flight.
cars is down, so I guess we'll get it the hard way.
American 1842.
Looks
running
good.
clear to Charlotte Airport via the field to departure. Field.
Next we'll do our performance initialization. Anything that has a square next to it, we need to click. So if you click on ground weight,
Roger,
it'll automatically set your zero fuel weight
10,000
and gross weight, excuse me.
30,000
Fuel reserves for the flight are in our flight plan.
American 1842.
American 1842.
So we have
10,000.
6,500 pounds reserves. And our cost index is 40. Cost index basically is
That is affirmative, yeah, 10,031
how much
and
fuel you're going for.
141, and we're ramp 5.
American 1842.
flight level.
Have a good one.
Thanks, we have it.
flight level 350. So you could leave it there. That's basically enough information, but we have more in our flight plan, so I'll go ahead and put that stuff in too. Cruise winds, this is your top of climb cruise winds. We expect at 250, and it's gonna be 36 knots. ISO deviation is minus 7.
9611.
UPS 9611.
9611, way information, Tango, we're going to
Transition altitude,
Louisville, our
United States
PDQ
is
is marked 2 hours
18,000,
old,
so
let's
that's
call
fine.
you.
N1 limit is your engine output. So outside temperature is 0 degrees. We're going to tell the computer to assume that it is 35
To
degrees
be honest with you, we
outside,
never got our
so that
previous
we'll use less thrust,
PDQ.
make less noise,
UPS
and produce
9611.
less wear on the engine.
Foxtrot Airport via the Burnham to departure. For speed transition.
And take off.
Then it's bound.
There's another page here, so you can go next page. You can put in your runway winds, but they're light variable, so it doesn't matter. You can also select dry, wet.
I'm sorry about
addition
that, you were
to the
stepped
runway.
off EPS.
Don't need.
9611, can you say that
Do
again?
flaps 5 departure. Click next to center of gravity So we got 24.1, and it shows us our stabilizer trim for takeoff is 4.9.
Climb maintain 10
So here's our trim
10,000.
wheel.
Back.
It's basically at 4.9 now. We'll do one click forward.
Alright, clear to Louisville via the Vernon Street
It's as precise as you can be in a 737.
10,000 initially.
And then next to our V-speeds, to put them into the computer so they'll show up on the primary flight display. 1, 2, 3. So now you can see your V-speeds here. V2, 142, or 149. We want to put this in our speed control.
2798.
No, 2798.
Oh yeah, we got a message to give you all a call.
99 to life, how you doing, buddy?
No, 2798, roger. Need to clear.
Initial departure heading is going to be 072.
I don't know why. That's 2798. Just verify clearance to the Delta Tango Whiskey Airport. Bit of honor to departure red speed transition.
Flying straight to our cruise altitude at 350.
10,000. Flight level 360 in 10 minutes. Squawk 7221.
That's what we got. So 2798. Got on here. Thanks.
That's 2798. Thank you. That is why I have. Read back this correct, and you have a good day.
Okay.
Hey, the SAC, what time is it there? Like morning time? $2 a.m. You know, late night, go partying. Click on the MCP, flight directors can come on. Go ahead and arm the auto throttle. Click VNAV and LNAV.
683, clear to the Mike Charlie Zulu Airport. Via the Bang 2 departure, Lux transition. Direct Hotel Echo Victor November.
I am
Jet
in
43.
Korea. I had a big party day yesterday and paid for it all day.
Tango.
We need to go over to the first officer's flight computer and execute the plan before we can activate our
Direct Kilo
VNAV.
November Oscar Sierra Tango. Mike 215. The Papa
So
India
set back to
Sierra
map,
Alpha
give it
Delta.
20 miles radius, and
Uniform
the
Mike
first officer side
215.
on 80.
The November Uniform Delta India Sierra. Uniform Tango 43. The Lima Echo Romeo Uniform Victor. Direct
Since we've got vectors
November, Oscar,
for
Victor, Echo, Victor.
departure, I'm going to leave
Direct
this page up
Charlie,
because we're going to go
Mike,
direct
Zulu.
to ASORG once we take
Direct
off. So
Mike,
I want to be able to manipulate that.
Charlie Zulu. Climb maintain 10,000.
Flip it over to ground, so I don't have to hear these long flight plans. And I'll get tower on standby. 118.3. Window heat. Icing is modeled in the Zibo as well, so if you forget to turn your window heat on, once you get to altitude, you're not going to be able to see anything.
Number 4476 behind United, runway 34 left, back to via Golf and Whiskey Alpha.
Air conditioning is all set.
United, 34 left, Golf Whiskey
Altitude,
Alpha,
landing altitude set. Pressurization mode selector is good. Auto brakes. For takeoff, I'm going to select RTO, rejected takeoff.
Number 4476, add Alpha Alpha, give way to Delta out of the ramp.
Alright, we'll give way to Delta. 4476.
Hydraulics checked. Speed brake is down. Parking brake is set. Stabilizer trim, cutout switches, they're behind the auto throttle. They're on normal. Radio aids we do not need. We're doing an RNAV departure. Transponder code is set and on standby. FMC is good. So basically, we'd start loading passengers. So I'm going to start the APU before I do that. Aft fuel pump is already on. Click the start switch. Low oil pressure. Wait a second. Click and hold. You'll see the EGT for the APU start to rise. Switch this over to APU Gen.
Delta
Once this
2332,
gets to
the RJ will wait on
100%,
you.
Thank you, Delta 2333.
it'll start to fall and you'll see the voltage come up here. Man, you can hear the APU start out here. And you can see the heat blur. That is neat.
Southwest 1606, monitor tower 135.3, good day.
So you can see we got electricity being produced. The APU gen is lit up, so we'll click this to get it on the bus on both sides. Ground power comes off automatically and we'll disconnect down here. Stop cleaning and we'll start our flight leg. Start boarding passengers, which you can hear.
Foundation 3 Mike Charlie, monitor tower 135.3, good day.
Monitor tower, good day. 3 Mike Charlie.
So once they're done loading, we can basically start a pushback, so I'll plan that. Wait, I think 07 is to our right.
Ground to cockpit, plan acknowledged. Call me through the menu when you are ready.
Good day.
Guys, the Leo's on board.
1824, taxi to Bravo Sierra.
Close our doors.
Delta 2333, monitor tower
Move the
135.3, good day.
chocks. And cycle the parking brake to get rid of the gate.
Air 193 ground, thanks for your help. Continue
Up
to
top,
have company
anti-collision
to
light.
Foxtrot Bravo Sierra.
Pushback team, no, ready.
We'll pass you guys.
Ground to cockpit, tow is driving up.
It's so loud.
Good morning, Pacific 401, 33 right.
Wheel well light on.
Okay, all doors and hatches are closed, ready to connect. So connected and bypass pin inserted. Release parking brake.
Go, buddy.
Starting pushback, and you may start engines.
Engine start is pretty easy. Come up top, turn off the packs to build up some pressure in the hydraulic system. Make sure that you got it on whichever engine you want to start. So right now, I'm going to do the right engine first. Select ground.
Ready to push from Bravo.
And if you come down here, you can see the N2 rise once it gets to 20%.
Roger.
Flip our fuel switch to idle.
First, and then push back to approach. After Delta, push approve United 270.
On the safety features, kindly add.
I'll probably turn the seatbelt lights on. click is the starter switch. It's on auto. We want it on continuous for now. And select Gen 2, and you can see that that's producing electricity. We'll wait a second to flip it over onto the bus. We'll start engine number 1. So select left side, ground.
Use handheld devices like tablets and cell phones on board at any time, as long as all cellular functions are disabled.
Contact via Tango to A6. Tango Alpha 6, that was 531.
Here's the quick. Continuous, we'll select both. Test Gen 1, we have electricity. So, engine gen on the bus. The APU now is useless, so we can turn off. Close the APU bleed, turn on the engine bleeds, and switch the packs back to auto, and you'll hear the air conditioning turn on.
Operation complete. Set parking brake. Disconnecting tow. Stand by.
Let's see. Probe. Double check everything here looks good.
Right on Tango. Runway 28, follow company off for right on Tango, Southwest 5.
We turn all our fuel pumps on. We do not have fuel in the center tank, so we don't need to turn on the fuel pumps for the center
Ground
tank.
Omni 507 is clearing at hotel going to Fox 7.
Omni 507 heavy ground, taxi to the ramp via Papa Bravo.
Papa Bravo, Omni 507.
It is 0 degrees. We're going to turn on wing and engine, anti-ice. We're good.
Tow is disconnected and bypass pin has been removed. Hand signal will be on the left. We'll see you next time. Have a safe flight.
Thanks, buddy.
Pop on Charlie.
Flip systems page. Test our flight controls. There's our hand signal. Set flaps. Blank out engine. Click it one more time to blank out the bottom. Turn on if there's an issue.
However, if there's a loss of power and cabin visibility is reduced, lights will illuminate the aisles to guide you to an exit. Please take a moment to find the exits closest.
Here we go. Before taxi, generators are on, APU is off, start switch is on continuous, probe heat is on, anti-ice on, air conditioning set, flaps set, stabilizer trim set, flight controls checked, and recall. We're good. Taxi, and we'll turn on our runway turn-offs. So before we start the taxi, advance the throttle a bit. There's no warning, which means that there's no problem with takeoff configuration. It's properly set for takeoff. If you don't have your flap set, the brakes, auto brakes aren't set, it will give you a warning.
33 right, vehicle back. You're my box.
Yeah, 270 just passed behind the heavy Omni there to the DI.
Behind the Omni, we see him, United 270.
Echo to Kilo to hotel. So that's K right there.
Ground FedEx 694 heavy with the pushback.
FedEx 694 heavy ground, hold the push.
Hold push.
BG Sim Gamer, thanks for the host, buddy. Appreciate it. right here, follow this down to hotel, and that will be the threshold for 07 left.
Charlie 11.
Delta 23 ground taxi via Papa Echo Tango Alpha to the ramp.
Papa Echo Tango Alpha to the ramp, Delta 1683.
Omni 507, what stand were you going to back there? They said Mach 17. Roger, thank you.
On takeoff, taxiing to the runway right now.
Heading 694, heavy, push back your discretion. Push back discretion, FedEx 694 ready.
It's fun taking off on that runway. You actually have to hold the yoke forward to keep the nose down when you go over this little hump.
Let's see, we are Southwest 1912, Bravo 11 for push, West Whiskey.
Southwest 1912 ground, push
Best
back
place
your
to buy this game. You can buy it directly from the org store, or you can buy it on Steam. The benefit of getting it directly from the X-Plane org store is that you don't need to run the Steam client to start the game. Is it the best flight sim out there? I don't know. People, it's this one and P3D are the two most popular for civil aviation. DCS for combat aviation. A lot of fanboys will fight for their own preferred sim, but I tend to like X-Plane. Here we are, hotel. On here, and we'll do final pre-flight check. Config is checked. We got no warning. Flaps are set. Stabilizer trim is set. Takeoff briefing. Don't need cabin secured. MCP is set. Flight directors are on. Auto throttle is on. VNAV LF. Transponder can go to TARA. Strobes all the way up to the top. Position lights and strobe lights are on the up position. Wing lights come on.
We'll be taking off in just a few minutes.
Turn off the wheel well. Turn the taxi light off and landing lights on. And we'll turn the dome light off. We don't need it.
Okay, the cabin is secured. Have a good flight.
No, not really. This plane, for example, is free, and it's one of the best that there is, in my opinion. The plane is free. The stock scenery is decent. But there's tons of free add-ons. It's pretty easy to set up. Alright guys, we are ready. So I'm going to start elapsed time. Click next to ET here on the timer. Do it over here on the first officer's side as well. Disengage the parking brake.
Southwest 1716, looking to push off Alpha 1 with Whiskey.
Southwest 1716 ground, push approved.
Thanks, Southwest 1716.
Get our terrain radar on. There's tons of mountains around here. Turn weather radar on this side and get airports. So you can see these are mountains. So, alright. Throttles forward to 40% down here. You can see on the ECAS system, the NCP. When you're ready, there's a little button over here. It says mic. Where's that? Mic. Can't find it.
694 Heavy for your final sequence. You'll follow Delta FD90 at the end.
Oh well, we'll do N1.
Okay, we're
That
following
works.
Delta FD90.
80 knots. V1, rotate. Positive rate.
Don't sink. Don't sink. Don't sink. Don't sink. Don't sink. Don't sink.
400.
Ground southwest border. Push on. Bravo 14. Push on 3 ground, push through. Point and don't not fully forward. Thank you.
1000.
Thank you. So I'm basically just following the flight directors now. These little crosshairs will show you where you need to have the nose of the airplane pointed. These are your flap retraction speeds. Little green lines on the left. Right.
Ground Falcon 628 clear Romeo going to Bravo 9. 5028 ground, back to the Papa Toyota Echo for now, traffic block here.
Turn the landing gear off and disarm the auto brakes. Bring up flaps in. Going to Juneau, so Papa Alpha Juliet November. Send that, and it will give you a weather report.
Ground JetBlue 626.2.
Engine failures and so on, yes. Mic is really quiet, let me see if I can fix that. Alright, see if that's better. When you have failures on an X-plane though, it really only happens when you're not following procedure. So we've got our ATIS report from Juneau. So January 27th, 7:53 Zulu, winds are calm, 4 miles, visibility, ER means mist, clouds at view at 700 feet, broken at 3,900, and overcast at 4,500. Temperature 2.2, and altimeter is 3045. We're above 10,000 feet, so we'll turn off the external lights, turn off the seatbelt.
310, gate to Delta 15, ready to push with Avis.
United 310 Roman, Foxtrot, push approved.
Ladies and gentlemen, as we climb to our cruising altitude, we'd like to extend a special thank you to each of you, and a welcome back to our SkyMile members and Million Milers.
You see other players flying around
Your
you?
business and
If
loyalty
you are
are greatly
online
appreciated
doing
by
that
the entire
yes,
Delta
and
family.
there's real live
For your
air
safety,
traffic
it's
control,
important to remain
it's
seated
safer.
with your seatbelt securely fastened anytime the seat.
I'm not using that at the moment though. I'm offline.
If opening the overhead bins to prevent injury from articles that may have shifted during takeoff. You now reach an altitude where it's safe to use approved electronic devices, and a listing of these devices can be found in Sky Magazine in the seat pocket in front of you. On today's flight in the economy cabin, it will be our pleasure to offer you complimentary Coca-Cola products, Starbucks coffee, water, juices, a variety of complimentary snacks, as well as a selection of our fresh eats items and all-day goodies. Beer, wine, and spirits are available, complimentary for our first class and Delta Comfort Plus passengers, as well as available for purchase for the main cabin. A complete listing of available beverages, as well as of our fresh eats items, can be found in the menus in your seat pocket. Please be reminded that Delta accepts only major credit or debit cards for onboard purchases of beverages and snacks. However, you can use your Delta SkyMiles American Express card to save 15% and earn double miles on all Delta purchases. For your enjoyment, each seat is equipped with your own personal entertainment.
Guess I should have changed the announcements to like one of the standard ones. Flying an Alaska plane, we're getting Delta announcements. At this point, if I was doing an ILS approach for a runway, I would put in the radio frequency for the ILS down here on the nav computers on both sides, nav radios on both sides, and set the course of the runway, but we are not doing that. Can come down here. Go to approach. Got the glide slope on. We're doing the RNAV approach for 08, which is GPS, so we don't have to do any of that. But what I will do, let's see, RNAV 08. The runway course is 070, so I'm going to put that in both of our course knobs here for reference.
I've been pretty smooth for the last, we'll call it 200 miles or so.
Contact center 132.15.
3215, United 5 there.
And we're above 18,000 feet, so we'll switch our altimeter to standard barometric pressure. Minimums for 08. Let's see. Not applicable for Class C aircraft, so we don't have any minimums.
November 7210 Romeo, contact center 133.4.
133.4 for 740.
Now that we're airborne and climbing, we can switch these over to flight. What else can we do? basically configured. So other than switching between radio frequencies, there's not much else to do at this point. So top up descent will probably be in about an hour and 10, 20 minutes. Let's see. About 330 miles, nautical miles.
Canada 585, go ahead.
Requesting at flight level 360.
Air Canada 585, financing flight level 360.
Clear, flight level 360, Canada 585.
please recheck the security of your seatbelt.
To 453, Center, good morning. Contact center 134.45 today. 30 is flight level 320. Compass 5830, Center, good morning. Any ride reports so bad? Oh, good ride so far this morning. Start to pick up some light shock here. 34 available, and are the rides better up there? First, flight 9 seems like everybody up there is a little bit happier. Well, not happier because nobody's saying anything yet, but 34, 36, 38, I've had no complaints. Yeah, we'd like to put flight level 340 on request, Compass 5830. On standby.
Fast we go.
Down 737 to 360. That's tires about 5 minutes. Jet 113.
Ladies and gentlemen, the seatbelt lights off. You're free to move about. Once you are seated, we recommend you keep your belts fastened. Thank you.
Moving up, keep a little closer. Meanwhile, please sit back, relax, enjoy the trip with us.
Good morning, UPS 2949, Yes, 2949, Center, good morning, Climb 18, level 350. Up 350, UPS 2949.
is the final for a little while.
Okay, I got your company off your left to go the same direction for a long time and also 135, so I give you 37 or 35 at a speed or 33 at your choice.
Okay, we'll go on up to flight level 370 for FedEx 3012.
FedEx 3012, roger, and stay heading.
We are heading about a 040.
FedEx 3022, you're on about a 035 heading.
030, FedEx 3022.
FedEx 3022, roger, fighting 035.
035 now, FedEx 3022. And just to confirm for FedEx 3012, we are clear right now to flight level 370.
FedEx 3012, affirmative.
Thank you.
Passing flight level 235 for International. 1865, center, good morning, final maintain flight level 330. Delta 1855, climb to flight level 330. Alaska 466, center, good morning. Contact center 132.05 today.
All right, 3205, GPS 28.
Contact center 134.37 today. 13437, Redwood, 17 negative. Contact center 134.37 today. 13437, Redwood, 17 negative. Supposed to be 20. American 66, Center Roger. I'm going to have a new route for you in a couple of minutes. Be ready. Okay. I got the new route for you, advance, ready to copy. Yeah, go ahead, American. American 66, clear direct, Mike Victor Alpha, direct Delta Tango Alpha, direct Delta Alpha Foxtrot Lima Uniform to join Jet 70, to Lima Victor Zulu for the landing 6 arrival at the JFK. Direct Delta Alpha Foxtrot Lima Uniform, Jet 70 to Lima Victor Zulu, looks for scrap. And then the Landy 6 arrival into Kennedy for American 6. American 6, read back, Brent, thank you.
Pretty good, man. Not really much to do, like I said, just looking at these different arrivals. Someone else online speaking, no, it's a plugin that I'm running called XATC Chatter. So, for example, right now we've got it tuned, our VHF radio is tuned 125.7, which is Anchorage Center. So you're getting messages that you would hear from Center, Air Traffic Control. When we get closer, we'll put on approach for Juneau. We can get ATIS and all that kind of stuff. Here's the control panel for it. It also shows you nearby facilities.
Maintain flight level 340. Flight level 340, United 14.
If you, let me send you some links actually, because I'm running a couple plugins that will make the game better for you. These are all free.
American 251 Center, good morning. Climb and maintain flight level 330. 330, giving you.
How do you get the plugins? They from Steam? No. You can go to the X. Here, use this one. The forums have tons of free stuff, so this plugin comes with a bunch of scripts, but I use it to run this one. Hold on. So once you get the Fly with Lua plugin installed, you can download those resources, put them in your script thing for Fly with Lua, and it basically enhances the sky textures, the sky colors, and adds a haze effect that kind of softens the horizon. I do not use their clouds though, because you can tell that they're 2D sprites, but I think the X-Plane clouds do a pretty good job of looking reasonably 3D.
American 270 Center, good morning. Climb and maintain flight level 350. 350.
This is the plane that I'm flying, the Zibo. It's totally free, and it's one of the best ones that's available for X-Plane if you're interested in flying commercial airplanes. Oh, and yes, I have crashed before. It is surprisingly rare, though. May crash today. This approach is kind of difficult.
Maintain flight level 350.
Flight level 350,
Alaska 455 and 360. Alaska 455, center, good morning. Morning. Center, good morning, Alaska 493, 360. Alaska 493, center, good morning. Checking in, flight level 350. Rising Air 2765, center, good morning. Morning, center, Alaska 550, level 370. Alaska 550, center, good morning. Rising 2765, clearing Gaviota. Alright, directing Gaviota, rising 2765. November 5, Delta Golf, contact center 127.17. Climate total 350. November 889er Delta Whiskey Center, good morning. Morning.
I don't know, let's look. Top of descent is in about 120 miles, so probably about 40 minutes. Most of the time we'll be on the other side of the descent. A lot of stuff to do before we land. But we got a bit of a tailwind, 42 knots, and we're going 486 knots over the ground. 500 miles an hour, y'all.
Southwest 947, 2,700.
By the way, this is just stock scenery that comes with X-Plane. The only thing that I've done is add that FS enhancer that changes the water textures and the sky colors and adds a little bit of haze. Looks pretty good.
125, contact center on 128.37. 37, 51. Contact approach on 134.35. 134.35, WC65. Delta 1140 will pass 8.8 for 17,000 to 8.4. Climb at the altitude. Delta 1140 up into resume normal speed, coming to hit level 230. Resume normal speed, climbing to flight level 230, Delta 1140.
Here, Canada 585, contact center 132.15 today.
1.5 there.
Spin the plane, you mean outside?
JetBlue 597.
Let me adjust the sounds. I think last time I went outside it seemed pretty loud. Yeah, it looks really good. Actually, a lot of details. And it's all free. Actually, we got some time. 60 miles to the top of the descent. I'm going to go ahead and program in initial descent altitude, just in case. But I'll go back in the cabin and show you what that looks like back there. Game's loading. 10,000. So because we have VNAV and VNAV, which is vertical navigation engaged, it will automatically start descent and it will control the profile. We'll have to come back up here and probably do some speed brake action, but look at this. Everything's modeled and it has 3D sound, so it changes as you move through the airplane. I don't know if you have headphones on or not right now, but... Then you can adjust the lighting in the cabin, the cockpit, so I'll go back up here. Go night and sleep lighting. We gotta go inside. If it was dark outside, it would look a lot different. You can see like the blue lighting in the ceiling. So cool, so nerdy. I mean, there's a lot of planes that you can buy on the X-Plane org store that, I mean, this plane is totally free. And there's a lot of planes that you can pay, you know, 70 or 80 bucks for that don't have this level of detail. I struggle to understand why this plane is free.
Yeah, do you have any road towards this forward? We're just trying to pick up a little white top here at 3-0. Nope.
I have no idea who this guy is.
What's that? 703, request plate level 400. 703, climb to 400.
40 miles to the top of descent. There's those clouds that I was expecting. When we get a little bit closer, I will send another request for an updated weather report. Wasn't looking too good before.
1681 for traffic. Line is 18, but it's 380.
5 maintain flight level 380, big shot cruise 1681.
One of the cool things about X-Plane 2 is that you can save views. You can use the comma and period buttons to move backward and forward, and then the arrow keys for side to side and up and down. And when you find one that you like, you just hit Control and then the number on the keypad that you want. So I've got 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 for overhead, and 9 is the external view.
261, get it.
1681, contact center, 132.15.
3215 or 1681, good.
The plane's got a checklist up here that comes with it, and there's one in the little computer over here as well. So take this around. I think you can dismount it somehow too. Checklists. So if you don't know exactly how to fly the plane, it kind of helps you out.
Sure, what's that, 703?
That's what 703, go ahead.
Yeah, we wanted to just give you a pilot up the ride up here at 400 again.
Thank you.
Switch this to Right. Generic.
German. 4, 1.
Contact center,
20 miles. See it. Still not on our map. Enjoy the view while you can. We got a 71 knot tailwind. Ground speed is now 508 knots. What is that in miles per hour? 940 kilometers an hour. 584 miles an hour.
Contact center 132.15.
250, what's that, 7032?
So you can see this is the descent profile that's coming in.
Canada 105, contact center 132.15.
We are descending. Down here, if you look on the PFD, this shows you where you are in relation to your descent profile in the nav computer. So we're above it, so it's probably going to tell us that we need drag in a second. There we go, drag required. Pull the speed brake back to the flight detent. You can see the speed brake's out. That's awesome. Once this little purple dot gets back into the center, we can release the speed brakes if we're at the correct speed here. So you can see the little purple box is the speed that's selected by the FMC. We're a little bit above it, so we'll leave the speed brake out for now.
Good morning, KLM 655 Heavy.
It's the wind, man.
KLM 635.
Smooth landing? I don't know, we'll see.
2650.
The runway is like 8,000 feet, so we don't need too much brake, so we'll select auto brake position 2. And I will send another weather request. Smooth landing. What makes this one difficult is that the runway is 15 degrees canted to the right off of the approach course. So basically when you're within a mile, you have to turn right 15 degrees, and it's really easy to overshoot that. Plus, I think that visibility is less than 4 miles because there's mist. Hopefully that's improved, but judging by the clouds ahead of us, it doesn't look like it. On descent profile, but leaving the speed brakes out because we're still kind of struggling to maintain 290 knots. as of 8:53 Zulu, which is
655, Contact Center 133.4.
winds calm. 6 miles visibility, so it's improved a little bit. Clouds few at 700 feet, broken at 4,300, and overcast at 5,500. Temperature 2.2. Altimeter is 3048. Another thing that we can do now, because we're not going to be using much more fuel, so the weight isn't going to change. Go to approach, and we're going to put in our flaps. Flaps 40, be as slow as possible. So our approach speed, VREF will be 140 knots. So now you can see the VREF on your PFD. Flaps 40, 140 knots. Reminder there for us. We are below our speed, so we'll go ahead and try to take out the air brakes and see what happens.
441 Romeo
Ding the seatbelts, those back on, here the descent.
Descent should have you on the ground in about 15 minutes. Want to thank you so much for your company and business, and hope to see you again with us sometime very soon.
So we're creeping back up past our selected speed, so back out you go. This green line is telling us where we're going to hit our selected altitude. 10,000 feet, just past Azor, which is perfect. At that point, I'm probably going to... You could put your final altitude in here, which I think for us is 3,500.
134.37 horizon.
And the computer would sort of handle what altitude to be at and what speed for you, but I don't want it to control the throttle. I want to do that manually. So once I get past Azor, then I'll control the descent from there. If you're doing an RNAV approach, it's GPS. So basically, if you have VNAV and LNAV engaged, the plane will sort of descend and maintain and control speed for you. But I don't want that.
Southwest 246 Center, good morning. Climb and maintain flight level 3.
We are below 18,000, so we'll switch it back to our altimeter. We'll put in 3048 for Juneau. Game finish loading. We got a nice high pressure. So there's the airport.
Contact Center 134.3.
8 is 135.2. This will give us the automated weather report on the radio. And let's see. I guess we've got tower. No approach.
Juneau INTL information Delta. 1700 Zulu weather. Wind calm, visibility 6. Sky conditions 700 few, 4,300 broken, 6,300 overcast, temperature 2.2. Altimeter 3048. Arriving runway 08, departing runway 08. Advise on initial contact you have Delta.
Information Delta. And on tower, I'll put ground on standby so we can switch over when we get there. below 250 knots. So I'm going to go ahead and switch over and do this manually. Quick vertical speed, that'll give us control of our descent rate and the speed on the MCP. I'm going to select 260 so the plane will start slowing down to 260 knots, and at 10,000 we need to be below 250 knots. And let's see, I'm going to take control probably at Zulil, which I think I need to be at 2,800 feet. Let me double check the approach.
To go.
Compass 6042 right, 24 left, line up and wait, traffic on a 4.5 mile final, be ready to pick up. Line up and wait, compass 642. Scout 3076, left at Echo 13, left on Echo, then ground point 65.
So I'm selecting the vertical speed. Based on this green line, I want to intercept Barlow at around 2,800 feet. That looks alright. Missed our speed limit. 240 knots, get the external lights on.
Compass 6042, RNAV Delray, wing calm, runway 24 left, clear for takeoff. RNAV Delray, close takeoff, 24 left, compass 6042.
Little ring on the outside of the heading select bug is the bank angle limiter. So right now I've got it on 25 degrees.
341 power falling at 737 on a 2-mile final. Caution wake turbulence. Traffic will also hold a position right 24 left for the lane. Right 24 left for the lane. 41.
So we need to be above 6,300 at Diboll. Quick altitude hold just to level off here for a minute. So I'm actually go 6,400 here.
Jet 1228, contact departure on 1288 in the air, clear takeoff runway 22. 28 in the air, clear takeoff 23, west of 1220.
Just need to make sure that we do not go below 6,300 feet up here. RNAV is a GPS approach, so it uses coordinates from GPS to show you, it interacts with the flight computer to control what altitude and what speed you're at. So basically the plane would be flying this by itself. If I had VNAV and LNAV engaged, ILS uses radio frequencies, which you'd set using the nav computer down here. So it would give you your ILS frequency, and once you got closer to the runway to arm the ILS, once you have the radio frequency in, you just click approach, and you would see down here GS and localizer with arm on the bottom.
6233 Heavy, contact departure 1288 in the air, clear takeoff runway 22. Up 288 airborne, clear takeoff runway 23, FedEx 233 Heavy.
You can see the runway right there. Once we get a little bit closer, there'll be flashing approach lights going across this inlet. You'll be able to see the angle of difference there. Hold altitude here.
That's right, Charlie 4, and then continue right into Delta 4, ground 2190. Charlie 4, Delta 4, ground 29 unit, support system.
Target Air Canada 705, no
faster, wind 2006, clear to land 24 right.
Clear land 248, responder 705.
Exit Charlie 2, join Echo, contact ground on 21-9.
Charlie 2, Echo ground there, unit 5.
Encore 3522, caution wake turbulence, MD-11 departed ahead, air march on left heading 180, wind calm, clear takeoff runway 23.
Airborne 20, Encore 3522, clear takeoff 23, yeah.
We're below 250 knots, so I'm going to go ahead and get the slats out to hopefully help slow us down a bit here.
Canada 139, line up runway 23.
Please be Canada 139.
Canada 139, the departing queue, handles turn out left, winds are calm, clear takeoff runway 23.
Takeoff 23, Canada 139.
I hope not. This whole flight would be a waste if I crashed. I've done this a couple times before, so I'm not coming in here blind. It's like really slippery today. It just does not want to slow down.
Tower, let's get 156, island 24 right. Russia 156, number 1, the 320 just touched down, wind 1907, clear to land 24 right.
Clear land 24 right, let's get 156.
Flight attendant, first to land, please. Number 3522, call departure. Air Canada 705, exit right, high speed Charlie 4, rating in Delta 4, and then call ground 219.
24 Delta 4, 29 Air Canada 705.
2500.
$1,000 to go.
As soon as I can see out the window again, I will disengage the autopilot and fly this the rest of the way ourselves. 5 miles. It is the ATC Chatter plug-in, yes.
C4228, wind calm, clear takeoff runway 23.
Clear, wind calm, clear takeoff 238, 4228.
Alright. Disengaging the autopilot. It's all me, boys. And I'll turn off the auto throttle as well.
Push at 2690, line up 23, confirm the Embraer site for visual departure on Indigo and runway.
Riding up 23, Embraer site west, 2690.
high.
And 139, contact Spartan 28.
1,000. 1,000 feet, stabilized, Mr. Birch, altitude set.
Washington 1 to 566 and Charlie 4, then Delta 4, 200. Further down, contact ground 21.9.
Think rate.
Charlie 4, Delta 4,
100.
Think rate. Think rate.
50, 40, 30, 20, 10.
Little off center line, but I'll take it.
Knots.
Go for manual braking. Too fast now. I was right on the VREF speed when we landed. It looks like it because we're going 140 knots. That's like 150 something miles an hour. That's crazy fast.
Seatbelt fasten and all items stowed until the seatbelt sign is turned off. Please make sure you have all your personal belongings before you exit the aircraft, and be careful when opening the overhead compartment. You're now free to use your mobile phones and small lightweight devices. Thank you for flying with us today. We hope you had a pleasant
Switch over to ground frequency, turn off our weather radar and terrain so we don't fry anybody. Flight directors can come off. And we'll start the APU.
For 7370, company's going to go in the ramp Delta back to you. Delta cross range right for 6 left, altimeter 3009 install.
Okay, Delta crosses 3009.
Get to the gate and we'll turn the engines off and we'll have a look at the replay. A little floaty, but you know, we didn't crash.
Yeah, 259, just continue as previously cleared there.
This bad boy.
Go over ready, go. Schmidt 510, 6 left, altimeter 3009, install, taxi, right turn echo, hold short tango. Echo, hold short tango, for 510.
Turn our strobes off, don't need those anymore. Back to steady, just position lights. Turn the APU off.
Ground, there's 1654 holding short Alpha Lima.
There's 1654, taxi left on Alpha, right turn on Delta to cross range right, 6 left, altimeter 3009, install.
Left Alpha, right on Delta, cross 33 right, and hold short 6 left through 1654.
At 690, ground runway 06 left, this is Golf, altimeter 3009, after Rouge, out of the way, taxi Bravo, hold short Tango.
Bravo short Tango after Rouge, Air Canada's 5 minutes. Ground Maple 7721, holding short Alpha Lima.
7721, just stand by, I got a vehicle out there sticking up spot, his radio's not the best, so just hang tight for a second.
Maple 7721, thanks.
Start up.
Air Canada 690, just hold short of Tango there. I got thought that needs to be picked up.
Short Tango, Air Canada 690.
It's with the, what is it called, auto gate plug-in. If you have scenery that has moving gates and stuff, you'll either have a guy who does this guidance thing, or you'll have a little screen that shows you when to stop. And once we get the APU, I can turn the engines off, and then the gate will connect to the plane. Another free plug-in. There we go. APU. No, not you. On the bus. Engines come off. Turn off your anti-collision. There you go. Let's have a look at that replay. Actually, let me do. Put it on the runway now. Stepping on the rudder hard there. What a tower. Obligatory wing view was the best one. See all this cool scenery.
4228, call departure on 28A. 28A.
This scenery is also free. This airport is also free on the X-Plane forums. Just type in X-Plane and PAJN. Shark 7777, thanks for the follow, buddy. I appreciate it. There you go, guys. That's going to do it for me. Thank you for watching. Welcome to Juneau, everybody. I'll be back tomorrow. If y'all have any questions, let me know. where I get all the scenery, airplanes, how to do anything. I don't know.
Them 2-1 follow the
Thanks, guys.
right on the Bravo.
See you later.